Okay, so I want to share something that's been sitting with me for a while, and I feel like a lot of you guys can relate, especially if you're on a spiritual journey. There's something that I posted a few days ago on Reels and on Shorts on YouTube, and I'm just going to read it really quickly. It says, I am in the process of releasing the need to make everything make sense. I don't need to understand everything to move forward. Letting go of control is how peace is finding me. And if that hits you just a little bit, yeah, same. Have you ever realized how caught up you can get in trying to make every little thing make sense? Like, you're really trying to understand everything before you take a move. Or everything has to have meaning so that your life has meaning. And it's like you're totally forgetting to live. This showed up for me a lot in my personal growth and spiritual journey. And if you've been with me for a while, you guys know that I read tarot. And many times throughout, I think I started my channel in 2020, if I'm not mistaken, but many times I would say, you know what, I'm feeling called to take a break from tarot. And I'd be like, I'm just going to use my intuition for the next few months. And I always went back to tarot because I felt like that's what everybody wanted, right? But I was getting this calling for a reason. I felt like as much as I was using tarot to reflect on my own personal life and to give me, spiritual and higher guidance, I was also using it and it was becoming like a form of control. It was like I wanted reassurance before I took a step forward. And it's like, that's not how life works, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with tarot, but when it's used excessively, which I don't think I use it excessively, but I definitely used it to kind of course correct my journey, if that makes sense. But at some point, life felt very tight and stagnant, and I was feeling not peaceful. So once I decided, I said, you know what? Let me just live my life without the tarot. Okay, let me take a break. That's why I haven't been here in so long. It's like my whole life started to change. I started to feel peace that I can't even describe to you the peace that I felt, but it was a peace that I haven't felt in a long time. And it's so important for us to realize that we go through certain situations in life so that we learn the lesson and we apply it in the next situations. And just by listening to our intuition, okay, of course, divine guidance, spiritual downloads will still come, and they're coming for a reason. But that lived experience and learned lessons are the things that really help you move forward and just live life, okay? Maybe you can relate. Maybe you are pulling cards every day, trying to see what's going to happen or what you should do next, or, pulling cards before you're making a move, right? Or getting tarot readings from people, okay, instead of making a move from your own intuition. And that doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It just means that you care. But we have to figure out how to use ourselves, our knowledge, our inner wisdom to take a move, to trust in ourselves. Because all this is a lack of trust. Don't get me wrong. Tarot, divination, astrology, numerology, all these things are such powerful tools that I love and will always love. But there is a point where you need to make sure that you're not dependent on it. And that's just that on that. Okay. Living in the present is really, really important. And sometimes these tools can take us out of the present. And how I know this shows up for a lot of people, a lot of my clients, really wanted readings that told them about the future. They wanted to know what was going to happen. They wanted to know about the gossip or, what their success is going to be. And, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a point where it becomes too much. And now you're sitting here, you're not taking the moves because the cards told you that this is going to happen. And it's like, ooh, when is this going to happen? I'm just going to wait. And it's like, that's not how it works. Tarot is all about energy, right? So your reading can change if you're not taking action steps towards this thing, right? There's no 100% guaranteed reading, because if you change your action, if you change the steps that you're taking and you decide, hey, I'm not going to take any more steps, I'm just going to wait because the tarot said, you're changing your reading. At the end of the day, the realization was that I don't need to make sense of everything before I take a step forward. And you don't either. So yeah, this year is going to look a lot different for me. And if you are down for the journey or in a similar place, or you want to watch this journey of mine, you're in the right place. You're not alone. See you in the next video.